We are in our third week of the Superfit 30-day challenge. Today I wanted to look at the way we get to the finishing line. There are so many of us that start off in our marathon of life when we run so fast with so much attitude and so much determination, and then we quickly run out of air. It's the ones that plan, prepare and fight through the pain barrier that get all the way to the finishing line and break that ribbon of life. Often we decide that we want to achieve a fitness goal. That might be a loss of fat or a loss of weight. We've talked about how we feel about that issue. It may be strength, it may be consistency, and we got all excited about achieving that goal. That's called motivation. So we love motivation. We're very rah, rah, rah. Let's do this. I deserve time for myself now. This is my time. I'm going to make time for myself. Yeah. And it's like a wave, and we ride the wave, and we're all so excited about it. Yay, I'm going to get there. And then after 14 days, the cracks start appearing in the woodwork. We are like computers. Our brains hold so much information that in order to cope, our brain is like a computer, and it follows particular dances that refer back to our childhood. We learn particular patterns of behavior, particular patterns, habits, thoughts. And we tend to go back to these again and again like a broken record. It is very difficult for us to change. One of the reasons it's difficult for us to change is that we like comfort. We prefer the comfort of an unhappy situation than the fear of breaking new boundaries. Now that's proven again and again and again. We prefer a old weather-beaten teddy that we can snuggle up to rather than risk a new teddy from the shop that we don't quite know. And that is absolutely proven fact. So when you start on a new diet or a new meditation program, after about 14 days, you find yourself pulled back to the old habits, but it's always sneaky. It's sneaky because your body, your mind, your soul wants to go back to what it feels comfortable with. We love repetition. We love comfort. If you've got a favorite coffee shop or a favorite library, you will go back to the same seat and the same table. You sleep on the same side of the bed. One way to freak out your partner, if you have one, is to suddenly decide to sleep on the other side of the bed. It would totally unnerve them. We like predictability. We like same. It is an unusual person that consistently wants something new. It's unusual, very unusual. So saying that, once we reach 14 days of our exercise program or our food program, suddenly these excuses start to tear at us and gnaw at us. And we think that something new has come up in our life. Oh, I've suddenly got this wedding. Oh, the kids suddenly aren't sleeping. Oh, suddenly I'm worried about these issues. It is not the issues. It is the computer program in our head or the dance in our head that is pulling at us. If you think about it, it is the same broken record. Analyze, assess what the broken record is. It could be that you are consistently prioritizing your children well above your well-being. How do we look at that? How do we look at it? Okay, if you consistently put yourself aside and place your children first, what you may end up doing is teaching them to do that with their own children. And what you want to do is you want to develop little independent role models that are just able to look after themselves. So the happier you are and the more balanced you are as a mum, the more you impart that role to your children. And that's the way you need to see your goals. You're helping your children. Or perhaps you have an issue when work is hard, you find yourself eating foods that aren't great for you. How can you combat that? Imagine you're going into a war zone. Prepare your food. Stock your pantry before you're hungry. Plan a shopping list. Know what your triggers are. Your triggers are maybe the guilt you feel as a mum. The trigger may be that you go to work without preparation. The trigger may be that you put too much effort into exercising a lot of the time rather than being more moderate. What are your triggers? Now, your triggers generally relate back to your childhood. And your triggers or your childhood generally affects your self-talk. When your self-talk may be, oh, I'm just not worth it. I can never complete goals. I can't do it. Your self-talk will affect your goals. Your self-talk goes back to your childhood. So we're at the 18-day mark or something like that. This is where your triggers kick in. This is where your childhood self-talk starts gnawing at you. It's easy to throw yourself full on into a goal for the first 14 days. It's not easy after that. So this now is when you need to sit down and look at your patterns. What have you always done? When you acknowledge and identify your patterns, next step, we don't like change. Human beings don't like change, and there's a reason for us. The status quo keeps us safe. We are social creatures. We like structure. We like sameness. We like predictability. And research shows we prefer to stay in an uncomfortable, unrewarding situation than risk, to fear going where no man has gone before, pioneering new frontiers. Day 18. This is the time where you can prove to yourself you will change. This is the time where you can remodel your behavior. Otherwise, you're going like a mouse in one of those circular things where you keep going around the treadmill of life. Get off the treadmill. What have you been doing all your life? What self-talk have you always been saying? Because you go out in your life and you try and find ammunition to defend your status quo. You try and find difficult situations in life and partners, etc., that validate your self-talk. Your health is paramount to you, to the way you parent, to the way you relate to others, to the satisfaction you experience in life. Address your patterns. Address your self-talk. Address how your childhood development may affect this whole rat race on the treadmill. Don't say die. Don't give up. But you need to identify the patterns. Break through to the 21 days from the 14, and yay, you've got a great chance. I believe in you. Keep those questions coming. I believe in you. Fight the fear. Make changes. No one said it's going to be easy. That's not part of it. It's not easy. Life isn't easy. You can do this. Find a way. If one way doesn't work, find another. That doesn't work, find another. Don't accept defeat. You've got one life. Don't accept defeat. Achieve your health goals.